Hi, welcome to my channel if you've never visited before, and welcome back if you have. I've got a special one this weekend where we have an active weekend packed for Daisy and I, where we are going to be doing quite a lot of paddleboarding, and also we are going to be camping using only electric to cook and to source our weekend activities as well. So hope you enjoy this video, and like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. So we've arrived at the campsite. So yeah, we are camping on a campsite this weekend after a 2-3 hours of paddleboarding. So I'm going to start off with setting up the tent and emptying out everything out of my car. So yeah, we can, well, as in Daisy and I can sleep comfortably in the car. Oh, and I want to apologise in advance for the quality of this part of the video. I used the Insta360 X3 to film, so it was a very, very bright day. It was part of the heat wave, although probably not as hot as the other day. And so I was playing around with the kind of settings and so on and so forth. So yeah, apologies, and like I said, trying my best, but I am still learning to use the Insta. So if anybody's got any tips or hints or tricks or anything like that to make the video quality a little bit better using the Insta, please drop me a comment and let me know. Thanks.
Oh yeah, there's no noise. I'm half fried.
Right, I am going to empty everything into the tent now so that I can get some more sleeping space for me and Daisy. This is the thing, they wonder whether they think that, you know, because that you'll be short on clients, and so therefore So it's still quite sunny, even though it has gone 6 o'clock, so I've put covers at the front to reduce it from getting too hot. I have put, I don't know if you can just make out there, so like fly screens, so both those windows are open so that there'll be airflow tonight. Are you coming in? Come on, in. No? Okay then. So tonight I'm going to have one of my favourites, especially for camping, which is the spicy noodles. And my friend has kindly offered some of her prawns to go with it as well. So very easy tonight. Just literally going to boil the kettle. Mix that up, basically. Spicy noodles is probably not the best option to have in this weather, but any time is a good time to have spicy noodles, in my opinion. I think I'll just use a fork tonight. It's my little kitchen again. Got my pee bucket in the corner there because we're at a campsite, so there is toilets on this campsite, but it kind of helps in the middle of the night to have. So this whole weekend I'm going to try and cook just using electricity, and tomorrow I have got a nice special dinner prepared. Yeah. While I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, let me show you a little bit, show you around my setup. So I've got this tea tent, which can open on the other sides as well with the mesh covering. Got my portable kitchen unit, which is made out of shoe storage box, pea bucket, a water there, and then there's my bed. It's been levelled out with the platform there, and then there's plenty of room for Daisy then to relax. So yeah. You're such a good girl on the paddleboard, weren't you? I have plugged in my V2L charger there, which is attached to my extension plug, and I am going to get changed. So I'm all set up again for tonight after a paddleboarding, and yeah, get some dinner on. And then it'll get a little bit peckish. So I shall come back after I've maybe had a rinse of the river and get some dinner on. So for dinner today, I am going to make like a 3-in-1 pot meal.
You know me, I've been working here like this years, and I know her.
Cabbage,
And she said,
and some nice steak from the butcher's,
but then it's the same with me.
and then I'm going to top it with some noodles, and it's all going to cook in my electric cooker there, multi-cooker.
Even though you know that they're friends,
So first
but I can say to them, oh, how's Eunice doing or whatever, they can tell me.
the
But
base
if they
with
say, oh, how's
some
Eunice, I'm like, I can't tell
cabbage.
you. I can pass on your best wishes when I see her and whatever, but I can't tell you anything about them.
And then I think put the mushrooms in at the bottom. Daisy.
What? Tiger.
Some courgettes, which are also there. Daisy.
Oh, right.
Because we didn't do anything.
Don't pay attention. It's okay.
Then you would laugh.
Leave whoever it is there alone. So there is a lot of vegetables here. Oh, what I think I forgot to do is the goji jam, which I absolutely love. So, I'm going to give it a healthy dollop. Some water. Hi, Puppy. Hi, Puppy. It's okay. Noodle goes in there. Put this into nice small. All that goes into the pot. Little. Not gonna fit. Just squash it down a bit. So turn that up. So what will happen once that boils, the vegetable will reduce, and so the noodles should then fit, hopefully. Now I don't like my noodles too soggy, so that's why I've put it at the top. And then once it boils, then it should give me a nice al dente texture as opposed to soggy noodles. There's nothing worse than soggy noodles. Is the puppy? So what I'll do is I'll come back once that starts boiling and I'll show you. At the moment it's on medium, so we'll see. If you've not seen my portable kitchen before, this is made out of a shoe bench storage unit. I've cut it, shortened it a little bit to fit into my car, so I can literally use this inside the vehicle, or like now, inside this awning tent, if you like. So yeah, I do like it. So it's got my sink. So what I did was I put a hole in there. This is essentially a mixing bowl, and I've used a sink kit to put the drain. And then underneath is a pipe, and I've got a box I picked up from charity. It's my grey water box, so any water that comes out of the sink drains into there. This has got all my gubbins for cleaning underneath. Got the table net there. This side would be my cooking bit, so my multi-cooker will fit underneath there. That's a kettle. My little portable gas stove, then some plates. Then underneath here is this is what I call my knick-knack drawer. And this is where my cutleries go. Actually, I store my knife underneath there. So yeah, very adaptable. And then on the top I've got a surface there that I can either cook from, or yeah, some more storage there. Very handy And I can lift this up quite easily, so yeah, so if you do watch any of my other videos, they can actually be quite adaptable. So I can put it kind of towards the front there, or I can actually slot it inside between the seat and the footwell. Yeah, this is my setup for the weekend. A little bit messy because I've got some clothes and stuff in there. I'll show you later. Oh, so this is boiling. You can see the lid is now able to kind of press down on there. Just give it a little bit more of a squeeze. Might top it with a little bit more water, but we'll see. That's bubbling away nicely. So that's bubbling away nicely, didn't take long. I've added a little bit more soy sauce and some sesame oil. A nice mix. And I'm just going to let this cook just a little bit longer. Good morning. It is about 7:15, I think. And I had an incredibly good sleep last night. Yeah, I think I went to bed about 9:30. It was a lot cooler, so the wind had picked up last night, so yeah, it was a lot more comfortable to sleep in. I think I was tired because I'd been out yesterday for paddleboarding again for a good couple of hours, and it was warm, so it could be a combination of slight heat stroke or just the fresh air really, so but I had a lovely time. Daisy is with me as well, and she's been on the board. It was like a little bit of a celebrity, getting packed everywhere, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be lots of pictures of her posted around on the social media. Anyways, I'm going to drink my coffee. Cheers. Good morning, puppy. Dirty matcha latte. Dirty matcha cappuccino. Puppy's still dead, are we good? So this is one of my favourite hacks, is to get vacuum bags to pack everything away. So when I'm not using it, it's just all stuffed in there. So that's got a, it's a duvet and a blanket in there. another one that's got the more blankets. That will take up very little space in the car. So now, all the unfun stuff of packing to go home. So if you are using the V2L, before you unplug it, you have to find the note that says there. So click on the bottom screen where all the notifications are, and then you have to swipe it to disconnect before unplugging the V2L adapter, which we are going to do now. Should just come off. If you don't disable the V2L discharge, this won't actually unplug. And I've done that. Put that in. There we go. And I'm just going to unhook the car. Oh yeah, forgot. You have to be clipped in to be able to drive. Or for safety reasons, of course, you kind of get used to it. Okay. Then park. And I'm going to set the aircon on for now, I think. Yeah, let's cool the car off. Right, and now I'm going to start my windows, start packing. The thing I find about car camping is that it's quite important to keep things organised so that you can find things. So I have this a duvet bag, and this is where all my window coverings come in, and curtains and things like that. Things in there nicely. Right, so I'm going to start loading the car now. It's going to take some interesting, so bear with me. One thing to note if you are going to be car camping in a Jaecoo 7 is that you're carrying a pet, is to make sure that all the buckles are in, because it triggers a sensor to say that they're not buckled in, and it starts pinging and ponging at you. So the great thing about this car, because it hasn't got that central console, I could actually put a lot more things down in the middle underneath there. Yeah, as you can see underneath my unit, there's still quite a lot of room to put bits and bobs in.
get that. So she's helping when they go to
You know, your
Italy.
bum, just to let you know, your bum shot's going to be in my camera.
Oh.
No, you know that's staying in, don't you?
Getting everything ready for them again for the next morning. Because I just can't.
I am all packed. I seem to be more organised going home than I am when I was packing to come here, but I think it's because we've got a lot more space to spread things around and organise a little bit. But yeah, so I've got room for doggy here, 2 paddle boards, the tent, I've got my portable kitchen in the back. The phone is plugged in at the moment, the mattress, so I can't take you around to have a look, but I am all packed pretty much, and yeah, ready to go whenever, which is a bit sad. Always feels sad to go home. So I'm currently stuck on the M6 at the moment going home, so I thought I'd have a quick chat with you all, do a bit of a recap on my weekend of car camping in my Jaecoo 7. So I have a Jaecoo 7 hybrid electric vehicle, and we've been car camping, as in Daisy and I, in it for the last couple of nights, and we did it on a campsite. So we had some facilities, although even if we didn't have the facilities, i.e. the toilet and the water, we would be pretty self-sufficient. But what it meant, car camping on a campsite, is that I had an awning attached to the boot of my vehicle, as you'll have seen earlier on, which means that I've got room for me and Daisy, and then also for all my gear to be able to, yeah, so it feels a little bit more spacious. Obviously, you guys will probably have had that same message that I did while I was camping, and that was a government alert about trying to avoid using naked flames in open spaces. Now, the campsite that we stayed in was actually quite lovely. It was quite busy, but it was kind of a grassy kind of a campsite, and the grass had completely dried, and I'd imagine that, you know, a small spark would have lit up the field, basically. Thankfully, and I had every intention to anyway when I was going camping, was I was going to use the car battery to be able to kind of power up my devices, or charge my devices, power up my cooker, power my kettle, which I did use, and it's been a godsend. So, and what I used was a V2L adapter, which is called vehicle to load, and what that allows you to do is discharge the battery power to be able to kind of power up whatever it is that you need. Now, the key thing about using the J7 or to discharge the battery is to make sure that when you are en route to wherever it is, your destination, is to make sure that your battery is charged to over 20%. So the best thing to do is to force charge the battery by going into the energy center, and then click on forced charge and on high as well. Now, I managed to get up to something like 38% by the time I got to campsite, and the screen, once you plug the adapter in, will tell you straight away that you've got something like 5 hours. So, you know, but that's obviously without charging any devices or anything like that, or very low wattage. My multi-cooker is a 600 watt multi-cooker. You can do it on low, and it'll discharge like 300 watts. Is it discharge? I don't know. Anyway, use up 300 watts of power. My kettle, which didn't take too long to boil, or even not on full. So I was able to boil the kettle for myself and my 2 friends to make 2 cups of coffees or teas, and then I was able to charge my device as well, which was mainly my phone and my Insta360. So yeah, like I said, you know, make sure that you have charged your battery up to over 20%, because if it's anything below 20%, you wouldn't be able to discharge that power from your car battery. Somebody mentioned to me that you can actually charge it up kind of, you know, from stationary and put it into drive. I tried that, it actually didn't work. So if you do know how to do that, please let me know, because I couldn't rev the engine. So even putting the foot on the brake, putting it into drive, and then pressing the accelerator, it wasn't really doing anything. So maybe I'm doing something wrong. So if you do know how, please let me know. But otherwise, we had a fantastic weekend, mainly paddleboarding on the River Avon in Stratford-upon-Avon. So if you haven't visited that area, please do. It is an absolutely gorgeous place, but however, it does get really, really busy. So it's a very, very popular haunt for quite a lot of people in the surrounding areas. But we've had glorious weather. Thankfully, we also, when it turned into the evening, so once the sun had set, it was quite cool, so it was like quite comfortable to sleep in. But generally, yeah, it's been a really, really good couple of days. I was able to pack so much stuff in this car, actually. The main thing is that because there's no kind of central point where the exhaust pipe, I guess, would normally be, I was able to pack a little bit more in the footwell. Daisy's got lots of comfortable space. I don't know whether you can see her, but she's actually snoozing now because she's had a very busy couple of days. Bless her, she did fall into the waters at one point, but it didn't put her off to go on the paddle boards, and she was quite comfortable paddling with a friend of mine as well. So I will, you know, if I haven't already slumped in the videos, I will do. But otherwise, the Jaecoo 7 has been a really good vehicle for car camping. Using an electric vehicle or a hybrid electric vehicle means that I wouldn't have to buy a separate power pack, which I do have, but then I don't have to watch how much power is being used or what my device is, it uses. If you are looking for an adapter, I would highly recommend visiting a website called My Jaecoo that specifically sells items for the Jaecoo vehicles, and I'll put it in the description as well. But if you use code May10, you will get 10% of everything that you purchase as well. I will get a small commission out of it, so just to put that out there. But yeah, the real, Teddy, who runs the website, is fantastic. He's really responsive. So if you email them with any questions or queries, they have got some really good kind of car camping useful stuff as well. But I believe that they are going to build that, because I am seeing more and more items or useful things that's going to be helpful for car camping. So yeah. In this car I've been able to fit 2 paddle boards, the dog obviously, stuff for the dog as well, a awning tent, a fire pit which we didn't end up using, lots of fire logs, my usual portable kitchen, I don't know, other bits and bobs as well. Basically, I probably didn't need half the stuff, but it was good to have. Like I said, even though they had the toilet, like the facilities, like toilet and showers and washing up basins as well, I did take a portable loo with me, because for me it was easy for me to just crawl out of bed, have a piddle, and then crawl back into bed basically. So it's quite nice having that portable toilet to hand, but equally, like I said, you probably wouldn't have needed it if you chose a campsite. We didn't close the boot, we didn't lock the car. We had a really, really comfortable sleep generally. So yeah, it's been a nice weekend. So now I have got another, I don't know, hour or so journey, I think, before I get home. But yeah, I thought I'd give you a little quick recap. So I'm going to finish the note with saying thank you very much for visiting my channel. I hope you found it useful. If you are looking at car camping in a Jaecoo 7, or even car camping in general, And yeah, thank you for the likes, the comments, and if you've got any tips as well. I know I've been car camping for 4 to 5 years, but I'm always learning, so if you've got any more tips that you can share with me, I'd love to hear from you. If you've got any questions about my setup, again, drop me a comment, more than happy to respond. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, I just share my adventures whenever, wherever. But I do really appreciate you visiting my channel and subscribing. Keep things positive, because we are living in a very chaotic world at the moment. Obviously there are lots of worries, but for me, as I read somewhere, worrying is a choice, and generally I choose not to worry. Yeah, I think, you know, positivity attracts positivity, so keep laughing, keep smiling, love to you all, and see you soon, hopefully.